Our first panelist today is Tasnim Ashuli. Tasnim is the current chair of the Blind Muslims Group within the National Federation of the Blind. She is a past national and state scholarship winner. And at this time, she is a PhD student at the University of Arizona studying math education. Tasnim, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, I will begin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. God's peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you all. Thank you for the invitation to speak on the Diversity and Inclusion panel this year. I'm very honored to be given this wonderful opportunity. My name is Tasnim Al-Shuli. I am a blind Arab American Muslim woman, along with the previously mentioned involvement at the international level. I'm also the state treasurer of the NFB of Arizona Student Division, an active member of the Tucson chapter. Ever since I joined the NFB back in 2016, I always had the feeling of something is missing. Although the people I've met throughout the years have welcomed me with open arms and hearts, whether I was part of the NFB of North Carolina Charlotte chapter or NFB of Arizona, I always felt I was surrounded with family, but there was always the feeling of something missing. And this piece that is missing is now being brought to attention and being addressed. My, and along with others, identity, beliefs, and practices are starting to be recognized and included in spaces within the Federation. As a blind Muslim, along with other blind Muslims in the Federation, we frequently had to struggle between our religious Islamic practices and involvement in the Federation. For example, lack of food accommodations, and another segregation factor is that we faced is the invocations or prayers that are usually offered, except for the first time during this convention where we as Muslims were asked to open Thursday's general session within Islamic prayer, which was a big step towards inclusion, and we appreciate that. Another challenging struggle is to have to choose between NFB-related commitments over observances of major holidays. This was the case when I was a state scholarship recipient in the state convention that year fell on Eid al-Adha, or the Day of Sacrifice. This is when Muslims commemorate the story of Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, test of faith. This holy day concludes a series of holy days observed by Muslims. It concludes the period of Hajj, which is the pilgrimage to holy city of Mecca, and it is right after the day of Arafah, or the day of standing. Muslims around the world observe these holy days by praying and asking for God's forgiveness, and skipping these significant holy days was necessary at that time, as it is mandatory that a finalist cannot be excused from his or her responsibilities, even for religious observances, which will lead to disqualification. And as everyone knows, it is a great honor to receive such recognition. It was also a means for me to connect with my new community due to my educational plan and having to move from one state to another. And the pressing need to reestablish myself within this lovely community. Missing holiday observances is a time of struggle and solitude for the people of faith. Islamic holidays and practices are usually very social and collaborative. You are usually at the mosque and with your family and loved ones, praying, exalting, and remembering God, sharing love and joy. In most cases, Islamic religious observances are hardly recognized or even taken into consideration in the Federation and generally in the United States. However, currently, the Federation is changing that. The Federation is directly working with the NFB Muslims Group to do what needs to be done to have Islamic practices be recognized and Muslims equitably included within the Federation. The Federation is head-starting this initiative, but have further to go. But hopefully, the Federation would serve as a model to the United States when it comes to access, inclusion, and equity for practicing Muslims and other underrepresented groups. I want to be one of the voices here that encourages my beloved NFB and other communities in America and beyond to become familiar with the true Islam as a faith and its beautiful message, practices, observances, and holidays, and certainly not to fall for the negative notions spreading in the media. I want us all to recognize and keep in mind the Islamic practices, observances when planning for events and activities, such as in state and national conventions, as we do with observances from other faiths. Most NFB affiliates and chapters and divisions and groups would not even consider scheduling a convention over Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, and other major holidays. Therefore, we should also not do the same for Eid al-Adha, Eid Day of Arafah, Ramadan, and Eid al-Fitr, and other major Islamic holidays or days. This struggle between faith and commitments, as well as belonging, still continues to appear. I hope we do continue to provide these types of spaces where voices are heard and identities are included, and only then this piece that is missing could be found and we become whole, healthy, one, and united. Without the support of one another, we cannot continue to build the federation. We are stronger when we are diverse. We grow when our hands are tightly grasped with one another, and we are stronger and better together. If you would like to connect with the NFB Muslims Group, you may do so after subscribing to our email listserv at nfb-muslims@nfbnet.org, and it's listed on the main listservs. Again, it's nfb-muslims@nfbnet.org. We welcome all. Thank you all, and I look forward to continue serving in my beloved federation. Peace be upon you all. Ma'as-salam. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Tasnim. This is a momentous year for the federation. It is the founding year of the Blind Muslims Group. So thank you, Tasnim, for your guidance and leading that group and teaching us to understand.